Hello, welcome to this afternoon taste challenge. This is going to count for a future date. Getting a rain shower out there. Kind of sudden. We have this afternoon Dewar's White Label, interest in $18.99, blended Scotch whiskey, 80 proof, distilled under a royal warrant to the royal household of the British royal family. No age statement. It says on the website it's double age, but they don't say what that means. Double what? So that's confusing. If anybody knows what that means, let me know. Double age what? Because it's not saying age 6 years, double the legal limit or whatever. Man, this rain. Can't get over it. Now, the competitor is from 1923, Cutty Sark, blended Scotch whiskey, no age statement, from the Glen Turner company. Glen Turner used to be the Edrington Group when I bought this bottle, but they sold it to Glen Turner. Yeah, it gets passed around. The spirit of adventure. So there's a compass on the back. So they got the nautical theme with the Cutty Sark ship, clipper ship, and the compass. It's embossed green bottle, helps protect it from the light. And I can't get over this. There's not a whole lot left, as you can see. I noticed years ago it used to be like 86.6 proof, and it had an age statement like 6 years. But there is a 100 proof Prohibition black label, and I've seen it. I haven't bought it. Some stores have it. Harry says Cutty Sark. He's saying Cutty Sark. Yes. All right. I think Cutty Sark's going to win. Now, if I bought a handle of Cutty Sark, I can get it for 23 bucks. Some stores have a handle for $23. Now, the Dewar's be about $33. So, is it going to be $10 better? This is crazy. I don't even think it's going to be as good. I don't think the Dewar's is going to be as good regardless of the price. You hear what I'm saying? So, sorry about the noise from the rain. It just cropped up. There wasn't any talk about rain coming today. They said tomorrow night. So, kind of confusing to me. Should die off soon. I looked at the radar. I didn't see much around. Metal cap, built-in pourer. Cray. All right, so nice looking label. Dark amber. Do they add caramel color? Probably. Don't know. Can't say. They don't have to disclose that in the United States. And I think in Europe they got a list if they have coloring added, even if it's natural coloring, like caramel's natural because it comes from brown sugar. Craig Swinson says, I'm on Team Cutty Sark, but honestly, I've never had the other one. Yeah, so you've had Cutty Sark, so you're on that team. But then if you had Dewar's, you might be a transformer. You might jump to their team. Metal cap, Cutty Sark, Glasgow, Scotland. Nice cap. And if you look at the website, it's nice because they show different bottle designs over the last 98 years that it's been on the market. Nina Yorty says, Cutty Sark, get yourself a bottle of Mount Gay rum to keep the nautical theme going. Yes, that's one I definitely want to get. Isn't that from Barbados? Okay. Cutty Sark is very pale, has a little green tint to it, but it's very pale like straw. You would be I would be surprised if I found out they added coloring because it just seems so pale, like it would be that faint of an appearance if you aged it 3 years or more. It has to be at least 3 years in merry old Scotland. Wish this rain would stop. Harry says, Dewar says a nice color similar to early morning whiskey. Early morning whiskey? I've heard of early times. I'm not familiar with early morning. Now, maybe y'all can help me with this explanation here. I think it's dying down now. Here's an explanation on the website. And I'm going to have to close my eyes for this taste challenge because you see, if I glance, I'm going to see what it is. I'm going to know, oh, that's darker, so that's Dewar's. I don't want it to. I want it to be a real taste challenge. Dewar's white label. This is pretty easy to understand because they don't tell you anything. It just says, we came out with it 1899 at the Aberfeldy Distillery. A.J. Cameron created the now iconic Dewar's white label. Okay. Did you know that Dewar's white label is the whiskey of choice for highballs by the bartenders of Japan for unique smoothness and refreshing taste? This makes it the perfect accompaniment to food. And I did not know that, but I don't know how they discovered that unless they did market research. The original soda highball. So they're listing the original soda highball. And talking about how it's perfect for that. Okay. Then they go on about the distillery. It's a pretty complicated website. Cutty Sark. The iconic yellow label of Cutty Sark graced the world's best bars and lounges. Okay, and so on. Cutty Sark starts. Now, here's where y'all can help me out. Because people say, you know, kind of whiskey expert. Oh, no, did I ever say I was? I'm certainly not. Cutty Sark is a British clipper ship. That's right, says David Etchells. Built on the River Leven, Dumbarton, Scotland in 1869 for the Jock Willis shipping line. She was one of the last tea clippers to be built. Yeah, clipper ships died out with the improvement in the speed of the engine powered, but they were a big deal at one time. Okay, here's where I'm confused. See, if I'm confused, I don't try to play it off and act like, oh, you know, I know so much. No, I don't. Cutty Sark starts with Scotland's finest single malts. Okay, that makes sense. Predominantly selected from Speyside, the cradle of single malt distillation. Okay, got that. Speyside region. Those will be mild, bready, all of that. These fine single malts are then blended with top quality grain whiskeys. Grain alcohol, we know, column still, mostly odorless, flavorless. Grain alcohol. They do have some odor and flavor that maybe a blend master could pick up, but most people wouldn't really. And now, okay, makes sense so far. And matured in American oak casks to add greater subtlety and complexity to the flavor. Got all of that straight. Once matured, now here's the confusing part. Once matured, the blend is married, a traditional process most distilleries no longer spend the time on, but one that Cutty Sark insists upon to ensure harmonization of color and flavor in the final blend. Well, Cutty Sark not a company. In other words, Glen Turner insists on it, I guess. Color, alluring, golden, and bright. Yep. I don't know about alluring, but nose, accessible, fresh, and enticing with vanilla and citrus fruits. The palate is clean, balanced, and lively with vanilla ice cream. Vanilla ice cream. And caramel. Finish, smooth, vibrant, sweet, and uplifting. It leaves you wanting more. Here's their cocktail, their featured cocktail. The Cutty Back. The Cutty Back. A 1.5 ounce shot of Cutty Sark whiskey with one cold beer. Okay. Pour a serving of Cutty. Pour a beer. Cutty leads, beer follows. That's their first cocktail suggestion of very many, which we could never go into all of those. It's too many. Then there's an ad gallery showing old advertisements. It's very interesting to look at that. And that'll show you that it used to be higher proof, you see. Oh, man, there's so many ads. The Cutty book. The Cutty book. You can buy it. You can buy this book about Cutty Sark. Well. Okay, Glen Turner. Glen Turner. We'll look at the website later, maybe. Glen Turner Company, Scotch whiskey, company profile. I know they're owned by Martin Case. We'll get to that later if we ever get to it. Okay. Those Cutty Sark chocolates are a treat to come across. I'd like to try them. BC's Beer Reviews. Oh, it's BC's Beer Reviews. Cheers, Ron, sir. Cheers to you. Cutty Cabin. Hey, Spotty, bring me a Cutty and water while you're at it. Okay. Grain. Your no grain, no gain. No grain, no gain. There's a little bread dough, however, and I think that's Bayside single malt. All right. Lots of grain, whiskey, corn, more than likely maize, whiskey, corn, column still. Just like you get with a Canadian or an American blended whiskey. But maybe more grain over here. So you can see it. You can tell which one I'm reviewing. I don't know. And a little more bread dough over here. So initially, and this is not the official thing. I think this is Cutty Sark by virtue of having a little more bread dough, but I don't know. So let's taste it. Oh, now the rain was over here making noise, and now the Kansas City Southern Railroad was like, he's doing a taste challenge. Hurry! So here comes the westbound. They know I'm doing these. They're watching me because that's what they do. Yeah, I don't know about the vanilla ice cream that they're talking about, but it's sweet, it's cheerful, it's like bread dough. You get a little grain cut, you get a little chop grain alcohol in there, bite, but it's sugary, sweet, and all of that. You say, what about smoky? I love smoky scotch and all the peat. Yeah, well, these are not gonna do that trick, okay? So if you want that, you're gonna have to shop elsewhere, or with some other products, some other blendeds, what have you see, but not these two. I think Cutty Sark is the one I said had like a little candle wax or something. It might have that, like a waxiness. It's kind of fleeting. When I was young, I caught a fleeting glimpse from the corner of my eye. All right. Ha ha ha. This has a little just a little bitty, tiny, itsy bitsy, teeny weeny little bit of peat in it. But it ain't too much. How about grain alcohol? What about grain whiskeys? Yeah, it's got a lot of those. Haha. It's like a box of cereal, multi-grain cereal, or mainly just corn cereal, corn puffs. Box of cereal, not a box of rain. We had rain just now, not a box of rain. Cutty Sark is a decent dry whiskey, great with tonic. Okay. I would not disagree with that. I've never had it with tonic. Richard Mingerhofer. Hello, Mr. Ronald. Hello to you. Harry says Bombay Sapphire Gin is a good drink also. Yeah, my daughter's more on to the gin ritual. I don't know much about gin. Oh, yes, I've reviewed a few. Never did get to Miles gin. Sazerac's always pushing Miles. And I can see for miles and miles. But, well, honestly, y'all, I could see through mountains. Watch me disappear. No, I don't want to really mess with gin. I did have a hankering to review Miles gin. Wow. Why? Because it's great? No, I don't think so. It's been around a long time, and it's everywhere around Louisiana. They're always pushing and pushing in those green glass bottles. They're trying to make it, to me, they're trying to make it like a knockoff Tanqueray, you know. But snuff me like I was Tanqueray. But no, but since it's ubiquitous for Louisiana, I was thinking maybe I could push myself to do it, but I'll probably never get around to it. The gins I reviewed, yeah, don't think they're going to be in anybody's top 10. They weren't terrible. Crystal Palace and Taka gin. Well, actually, Taka gin is sort of one of those secret weapons, those hidden jewels in the rough. It's well regarded for being such an outlier. Yes. What else have I done? Oh, Clubhouse had a weird lemony flavor, lemon lime flavor, but actually a good lemon lime flavor. It was just weird. You wouldn't expect it. I think there's one more I did, but I can't remember what it was. Okay, so this one, by virtue of it having more peat and more grain bite, I think it's the Dewars. Now, I was looking at some. Now, which one tastes better now? We talk about a $10 difference for the handle bottles. Now, for the 750s, you're looking at about, let's say, a $5 difference. Well, that makes sense. You got the regular, then the big boy. Now, there is an intermediate between those. You know, that's the liter bottle, the liter bottle. I don't know what the price is for the liters. I still think the Cutty Sark's better, but, and that's not considering price. Let's say, let's pretend they're the same price. They're not, so you can't really do that. But I just think Cutty Sark is a better product. Now, is Bacardi going to try to track me down, going to come at me? Maybe. But that would be wrong, because I've said a lot of good things about Bacardi. Y'all cannot do that, because I was bragging on Bacardi Gold, you know, the Gold Bacardi. I was bragging on Bacardi Superior, the silver label. I was bragging on Bacardi Reserva Ocho, which is awesome. I was bragging on Bacardi Grand Reserva Diaz, and I was about to start bragging on this new Bacardi that I bought, that I've not yet cracked open, that I don't think is produced anymore, but it's done for some music band, Caribbean music band, and they talk about how wonderful it was when they did have it on the website, and I have a feeling that's going to be delightful. So, and I bragged on their Castillo Silver and Castillo Gold, and those are from Bacardi. So Bacardi can't be too ruthless towards me just because I don't prefer their product. Dewar's, don't hate it. But if you gave me a choice, I'm going to have to go with Cutty Sark. On a great big clipper ship. Because I've just made a big decision. I'm going to modify my life. All right. And I know that I just don't know. All right. So there we go. Sorry, Dewars. You didn't make it. And I cannot help you. Haha. It's the Cutty Sark. I got it. I figured I'd get it. And I got it. And I have enough left for one more taste challenge, I think. Does that look like enough for one taste challenge? I think it is. I could try to do it. And then if it doesn't work out, just abort it and delete the video. And that next taste challenge would be the Bacardi 12 year. That's the one that's going to come around when we come back to blended scotch later in the year or whatever it is. It's the Cutty. It's the Dewar's 12 year. And oh, how exciting that's going to be. How exciting that's going to be. And when I tell you the price, you're going to insist that I'm making it up and it's a lie, but I got a witness and he bought his own bottle and we bought Dewar's 12-year age for the cheapest price in the history of the universe. Now, you know what I mean? That wasn't from like involving organized crime. You know what I'm saying? So when I tell you the price, you will not believe it, but we're going to wait months. Now, Bullet, yeah, Bullet, but it's Bullet the way it's spelled. Bullet bourbon is great too. I've never had Bullet, and I know they make a rye, and I know it's owned by Diageo, who owns so many things. Oh, so many things. Dewar's is fine, but it just didn't win. Now, anybody want to know what Glen Turner makes? 642 brands. Oh, good grief. What is the story behind this? Oh, scotchwhiskey.com. This is not Glen Turner. Get out of my, or is it Glen Turner? It is Glen Turner Company. Oh, but this is not Glen Turner. This is a different, this is a website about Scotch whiskey. Okay, never mind that. Let's look at Glen Turner for a minute, shall we? I wish I was on StreamYard. I could share the screen with y'all. Yes, I'm old enough to drink. Glen Turner, single malt Scotch whiskey. Yeah, okay, we get it. The privacy policy. Double oak heritage, double cask, 12-year age, rum cast finish. These are all single malts. Wow. Would I like to try them? Of course I'd like to try them. Do I intend to try them? Yes. Of course I'm going to try. There's that beautiful barley malt in that burlap bag. Serving it neat. Look at those beautiful glasses of scotch. Our brands. Rums, French craft spirits, gin and vodka, sparkling wine, wine and port. Woof. Oh, that's La Martinique in the case. Okay, so when I went to Glen Turner, it really directed me to La Martinique, a French company. So, yeah, Glen Turner makes Cutty Sark, but Glen Turner is owned by La Martinique. Okay, Label 5 Scotch whiskey, blended. Glenmorangie, single malt. Oh, I've got the Glenmorangie, and I'm planning to buy the Glenmorangie 12. That's a jewel, that. Sam Barton Canadian whiskey. I think that's only sold in France. Yeah, Glen Turner. Okay. Old Virginia bourbon whiskey. I think that's a French only. You know, they export it to France, and it's real popular in France, Old Virginia. Age 6 years. You'll never see it in the United States. Cutty Sark blended scotch. St. James rum. I never heard of St. James rum. Riviere du Mont. Yeah, I think a lot of these are just sold in France. Corcel Cognac. I never heard of Corcel Cognac. Doesn't mean anything. Might be good. Gibson's Gin. Well, I heard of Gibson's Gin. Well, look at all of this. Oof. Can't look at all of this all evening. All right. Well, needless to say, it's a big company. I wonder if it'll take me to the same website for Cutty Sark. No, it took me to the British website. What? Let's see if the British website explains that marriage. Born to mix. Okay, yeah, I know it's made to be a blend, a mixing whiskey, but still, it's good to drink neat. I like it neat. Blended Scotch whiskey, tempting golden brown. Okay, read all of this. 70 liters. They only have a 700 milliliter bottle. Y'all getting ripped off in merry old England. We get a 750 and y'all are getting a 700. That is not right. This tells me nothing. This is nothing but hype. I want to know. Oh, well, sorry, folks. They don't tell you anything. A little bit of smoke. Maybe like no smoke. Cutty Sark is a blend that's been around. I already said that, 1923. It has a whiskey from Glen Turner at its core, along with whiskey from all over Scotland. Glen Turner, the whiskey scout gave me a Glen Turner. So that means they're connected. Oh, crazy. Last chance. We're going to go to see what happens when we hit Glen Turner. Check the website. French. Oui. Yeah, oui. Yes. Man, I gotta do some more research with that. All right, anyway, sorry about that. Okay, oh, I tried. Bombay Sapphire is my favorite alcohol to drink, says Fuego Diego. Wow. I've never had it. Can you believe it? And they make a lot of different Bombay Sapphires. It's not just one. They make a whole line, right? Check their website out. They make a whole line. I see them at Walmart and all, but I never buy them. All right, so anyway, moral of the story. Well, there's no moral. You know, we're not talking about good versus evil, but oh, well, I guess the moral of the story is, do you always get a better product for a more expensive price? No, you don't, because the Dewar's is $10 more per handle bottle, and it's not as good. So there you go. But it's fine, but it's just not as good as Cutty Sark. So you win, Cutty Sark. You are the winner. You are the winner, and I am very, very, very happy. Thank you, Cutty Sark, for putting out, or I should say, thank you, Glen Turner, La Martiniquais, for putting out a wonderful Scotch whiskey for a cheap price. And everybody, thanks for watching this video production. And we'll be back tomorrow for Dawn Busters Taste Challenge.